Hey everyone, it's Miss Roberge here. Hi. I'm really happy to be here with all of you. I miss you all. I hope you're having a great week. I am here with you today to go over worksheet number 112. But before I can do that, I needed to show you some pictures that are very important to me of my coworkers, my new coworkers, now that I'm not working with the other 8th grade teachers during the day since we all work from home. So you guys have all heard a lot about my dog Cole, and here he is. He likes to watch Animal Planet on Netflix. His to-do list is eat, sleep, Netflix, and repeat. Here's my kitty Kennedy. You can hardly see him in there, but he is in there. He got this little tunnel toy, and he's been playing with it, and he has really enjoyed it. He's a good little kitty. He has very yellow eyes. And finally, here they are slumbering together because they're best friends, and it's been chilly the past few days, so they like to get a little close for warmth, and it's pretty cute. I really enjoy watching it. They're good boys. Anyway, I guess now it is time to get on to the math. Woohoo! Right? Well, just like we did the past 2 days, I'm going to go over each problem with you. I would like it if you would try these problems on your own, or at least read through them and see what ones you do know how to do before doing it along with me. But I'm not there with you, so I'm going to just have to trust you on this, okay? All right, let's start with number 1. Number 1 says 52 whoops, sorry about that. 52 minus 6. Well, I look at this and I go, I can't subtract 6 from 2. So I have to borrow from here. Make that a 4, taking 10, which makes the 2 a 12, because 2 plus 10 equals 12. Now I can do 12 minus 6. I know 12 minus 6 is 6. Now I do 4. There's nothing here, so minus 0, 4. So I believe that my answer is 46. That was a nice simple one for you guys. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 says write 0.25 as a fraction. Well, when I see a problem like this, I like to think of a quarter. That's our biggest coin. And how much is that worth? Well, it is worth 25 cents. 25 cents is 1/4 of a dollar. That's why we call it a quarter. So when I see 0.25 and need to convert that to a fraction, I'm going to convert it to that fraction right there, 1/4, because I know that 25 cents is a quarter. Let's look at number 3. Number 3 says 14 divided by 7. Well, I have to think to myself, how many times can 7 go into 14? I also can think to myself, because division and multiplication are opposites of one another, what number times 7 equals 14? Well, I know that 2 times 7 equals 14. When I do 2 times 7 equals 14 to get 0, I know I'm correct. And therefore, my answer is 2. Number 4 says, calculate the quotient of 72 and 9. Well, a quotient is what we get after we divide. It's the answer that we get when we do it out. So we have to do 72 divided by 9. Now, multiplication and division are opposite of one another. So I can think to myself, what number times 9 equals 72? And I know that 8 times 9 equals 72. And when I do 8 times 9, 72, I get 0. 72 minus 72 would be 0. So I know that my answer is 8. Number 5. It says, what is the place value of 7 in 7,891? So let's talk about place value first of all, right? Place value is one of the reasons we have those really annoying decimals. And I know we hate to work with decimals, but they really do tell us something important. In the number 7,891, sevens are, as we said when we said the number out loud, thousands. 7,891. But what are the values called under the 9 and the 1? Well, 91. 1 is alone. That's the ones place, but 90 is groups of 10. So that's the tens place. So it goes thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. And if you kept going to the left, you would go to 10,000s, 100,000s, a million. And then the decimal point goes here. And then to the right of the decimal point is parts of the whole. So anything after the decimal point is a piece of a whole. We don't need that for this problem, but just to remind you, that would be tenths, hundredths, and can you guess what would be here? Well, if these are thousands, these are thousandths. Anyway, to answer this question, what is the place value of the 7 thousands? And we said it when we said that number. We said 7,891. So that is how we determine the answer to number 5. Number 6 is 5 times 4 equal to 5 times 3 plus 5. Well, let's figure out what 5 times 4 is first. 5 times 4. We have been practicing our multiplication facts so much. I just know that you all know that 5 times 4 equals 20. What is 5 times 3 plus 5, though? Well, let's try it out. 5 times 3 plus 5. But wait, we have to think about the order of operations here. We have to think about PEMDAS. Now, PEMDAS is the order that we have to do math in when there's more than one step in a problem. And this problem has 2 steps. What PEMDAS tells us is that first you do anything in parentheses, then anything with exponents, then multiplication, then division, then addition, and finally subtraction. So I see that this problem starts with multiplication and then goes to addition. So it is set up in the order I want to solve it. So let's try it. 5 times 3, 5 groups of 3 is 15. 15 plus the 5 more equals, well, if we're not sure, we can do it this way. 5 plus 5 is 10, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that means that this equals 20. And now we see that 20 equals 20. So the answer to the question is 5 times 4 equal to 5 times 3 plus 5 is yes. Number 7 says calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. So we have done this a lot in class together. So let's remind ourselves what perimeter is. Perimeter is when we add up all the sides. It's different than area. Area is when you multiply the 2 sides, but perimeter just kind of wants to know what the fence distance would be. If you consider the line around this box like a fence, if you gave the perimeter, you'd be telling me how much fence I need to buy. All right, let's look at the numbers. We have 7 and 4, but they did not give us numbers for all the sides. But I know that in a rectangle, this side is the same as this side. So this has to be 4 centimeters. And then I know that this side is the same as this side. So this has to be 7 centimeters. So all I have to do now is 7 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4. Now I know that 7 plus 7 is 14 because 2 groups of 7 is 14. And I know that 4 plus 4 is 8 because 2 groups of 4 is 8. So I can break that down to 14 plus 8. And then I can add it like this. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 1 is 2. So that means that my perimeter is 22 centimeters. I'm going to go fill that in right here. Number 8 could seem a little tricky, but I know you know this. The question says 7 blank equals 1 week. Well, what do weeks have? Weeks have hours, they have minutes, they have weekends, but more importantly, they have days. And how many days are in a week? There are 7. So I believe that the answer they're looking for number 8 is 8. 7 days equals 1 week. All right, number 9. An equilateral triangle has blank angles, blank sides, and blank axes of symmetry. An equilateral triangle is a special triangle that has 3 sides that are exactly the same. Now, this triangle is not perfect, but when you see the lines like that on each side, that's signaling to you that each line is supposed to be the same. So they have 3 sides. We figured that out when we drew the triangle, so we're going to fill that in. How many angles do they have? Well, let's see. An angle, 1, 2, 3. So it also has 3 angles. An axis of symmetry has to do with the way the triangle can turn. And because it has 3 angles and 3 sides, it also has 3 axes of symmetry. But what was important about this question was that it exposed you to a new kind of triangle. And if you see the word equilateral, it's telling you that something is equal. That word equal is right in there. So that's a hint that the 3 sides and the angles are equal within that triangle. The last one for today is number 10, and it says 1 bag of peas has a mass of 175 grams. What is the mass of 4 bags? So I have 175 grams in 1 bag, but there's 4 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I figure out the total? Well, I could add them. I could do 175 plus 175 plus 175 plus 175, but that seems like it could take me a really long time. So I could try 175 times 4, because there's 4 bags. So I need to have 175 grams 4 times. And since we have been practicing our multiplication facts, we should be able to do this. So we're going to do 5 times 4, which we know is 20. 2 goes here, 0 on the bottom. Now we do 4 times 7, which we know is 28. 28 plus 2 is 30. 4 times 1. Anything times itself is, anything times 1 is itself. So we have 4, and then we have to add that 3. That means that our answer is 700 grams. We're going to go back over to the worksheet and write it in. Okay, my friends, that is it for Math on Wednesday. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Everybody keep up the great work. I know you've all been working hard. I know this has been a lot to take in. We've had a lot of challenges. The teachers and I have been working behind the scenes to make everything run smoothly, but this is a learning curve for everybody. So reach out if you need anything, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.